Hi guys, today I'm reviewing Fear the Walking Dead season 6 episode 9. So this is kind of like the conclusion to Virginia's storyline. Basically this, that whole community that was going on, like it finally comes to an ending in this episode, which I guess we're going to get some new stuff going into the next episode, but with what they do with certain characters, I'm not sure if they're hitting they've already hinted the new villain, but is it even going to be a villain? I mean, a villain? What am I talking about? Villain. I don't even know if it's going to be a villain because it seems like, by the end, not everyone is on the same side of what was going on at the end, which I'll get to that, but yeah. So yeah, obviously spoilers. So it kind of continues off where, you know, June finds John's body and she's basically burying it. Yeah. Sad scene for her, man. Like, she's probably devastated. Like how Maggie was when Glenn died in The Walking Dead. So it's that kind of situation right now. But man, she's already been through a lot before then anyway. Like all the things that, has happened to her. Like she even mentions her daughter was about losing her. She was trying to protect her, but then, she ended up dying, with the camp and, that situation that she explained before in the previous episode. Yeah. And John was all she had left, and then she lost John. I'm gonna say lost John, like she thought like he was dead before, but then they found each other, and then now this has happened because of Virginia and Dakota. I mean, it's kind of hard to know who to blame really. I mean, they're both at fault really. Like Virginia was a bad mother, and Dakota, she just became a bad person. That's all I'm gonna say. But then by the time we get to a certain point, well, I'll get to that because right now I'm gonna talk about like kind of a scene that kind of reminds me of the lineup scene from The Walking Dead. Okay, so Morgan is not really giving clear answers to Virginia because she just wants her sister back. So she wants to basically make it clear that if he doesn't listen, like someone's gonna die, and gets I guess half of the main characters in a lineup scene, and is threatening to shoot them to bring out Morgan if he doesn't listen. Like one of them's gonna die, including Grace, which she's pregnant right now, which would be really messed up. Yeah. Like Virginia also hits Daniel, like whacks him, and he has like a little scar as well. Strand, he kind of comes up again. He has like his armor at this point, so there wasn't really much they can do to try help each other when things are going wrong. Like it just felt so much like last it was no, it's not Last Man on Earth. It's The Day Will Come When You Won't Be. I mean, you do see them line up at the end of the episode, but it wasn't until like season 7, episode 1 of The Walking Dead when someone dies. But luckily, no one dies because Wick, Rick. Am I talking about Wick? It's because it's not like Rick's in this, but yeah, because it's just at this point like because of the hat. I think that's why. But yeah, Morgan, with his hat and his little scythe thing, his axe, he comes in just in time. He actually appears instead of, actually answering back on the radio because that's what Virginia was trying to do. And if he didn't listen, like, someone was going to die, if not all of them. And this is just half of them anyway that are captured. Because there's like 8 of them, right? But yeah. So yeah, Morgan's saying that if you kill them, you're not going to see your sister ever again because he knows where Dakota is. So yeah. Which he decides to take Dakota to the place that he's been building, and then when we see it, it looks so beautiful. But yeah, in this moment, Strand also tries to betray Virginia, and like half of her army kind of go on Strand's side, especially when Morgan reveals the secrets that Virginia's been keeping, and what Dakota did. Like all those get exposed, and like Morgan's not gonna reveal that. Like, of course he is. Like, he just lost his best friend. I mean, the person that became his best friend anyway. Before Wick, I guess. I mean, after Wick, not before, because he didn't know John before Wick. Yeah, because I was at the start. Like in The Walking Dead, in Fear the Walking Dead, I'd say John definitely became his best friend afterwards. Yeah. And now he's gone. And it's finally got to the point where, Virginia's gonna get defeated, and Strand actually gets a shot on her. But Morgan, he knows that Virginia still has the others in danger. So if Strand killed Virginia in that moment, like, yeah, the others would probably be dead because the ones who are still loyal to Virginia, like they'd execute him if something happened to Virginia. So yeah, and then probably still try to fight. I don't know if they'd still try to fight anyway. Would they just surrender? But then still, you would have lost them as well. So that would be messed up. So basically, Morgan helps Virginia escape. While Morgan helps Virginia escape, we then see, Sherry and her group, like, they come back into the story and, she tries to kill Virginia, but then Morgan says what will happen if like, Sherry shoots her. So then, she decides not to attack, even though Morgan's the one who stopped her. Because, his baby and Grace lives are on the line and the others that are captured, so yeah. And then we get another big secret that Virginia's been keeping. So basically, this whole time, Dakota thinks that, Virginia killed her parents, and also that, Virginia is her sister, Dakota's sister. But we actually get revealed that, that was one. And Virginia's actually been her mother, Dakota's mother, this whole time. I mean, really? And I'm guessing the ones who Dakota thought was her parents were the grandparents, and I'm guessing they didn't want Dakota around or something because I guess the grandparents didn't like Dakota, or I just don't know what it was trying to. It was last minute, and if they revealed this like 2 episodes earlier, it would have made more sense. It's just the time that they revealed it. I mean, yeah, it's just a bit weird. We didn't really get a proper reason to why Virginia kills the grandparents, and then Dakota thinks the grandparents were her actual parents. I mean, I don't even know why you would say that, because that kind of is the reason why Dakota ended up messed up from Virginia, and just started to do all these things to get away from Virginia, and in the end, I think that's why June blames Virginia for Dakota. I mean, for Dakota killing John, because of all the things that she kind of did to make Dakota do this and make those decisions, because of the type of leader that she was with this community. But yeah, Morgan decides to bring Virginia to Dakota, and because she wants to explain this to her daughter, which that's just weird to say, man. I was still calling her, sister even after the reveal. Like, it's just that's kind of a weird last minute reveal. But yeah. And then there's the scene when I guess Strand's kind of following them, and he, basically finds the dam. And when we see the dam, like, man, it's beautiful. Like, it's changed a lot from the first time we've seen it. Because when was the last time we've seen it? But man, seeing the fall inside, they've definitely made some progress. Because they're trying to make a new world right now. And they just don't want people like Virginia still around. But, Morgan, there's a part of him that doesn't really want Virginia to just be, brutally murdered, and then that's it. And then that's how things are just going to be. Like, he's trying to build a new world. And with John's death, he tries to signify that. But then, Dakota and Virginia actually talk, and, she kind of thinks that, man, if I wasn't alive, all this wouldn't be happening. I mean, to get to that far after, her talk with her mother, Virginia, man. And then, basically, Dakota doesn't want anything to do with Virginia, even though, like, Morgan was supposed to kill Virginia, but then, she was surprised to see her, Dakota was, that she was still alive. I mean, but it gets to a point where if Dakota gets to stay in the community, which I was kind of against because, what Dakota did to John. But I mean, look at Charlie. I mean, I don't even hate her anymore for what she did to Nick. I'm just like, because of the people around her, she made the one choice. It's kind of the same with, I guess, Virginia. Like, what she did to Dakota, like, she ended up making the one choice as well. Like, someone who was trying to help her, she killed them. It's like the same storyline if you think about it. In that way, with how Nick and John died, they kind of died having hope in someone, but then this person who they had hope in kills them. You know, that's kind of the sad truth. But yeah, then it gets to the point where Virginia's winning, like realizes all the bad things she's done, and she wants to just, for Dakota, make the right choice for once, and she's willing to die just so Dakota can live in this community that Morgan's building, even though probably most of the people hate her. Yeah, but I guess John is the one who really hates her in the end. But yeah, so basically, it gets to a scene where people just want justice, which that's what Strand says, and Morgan made a deal, like if Virginia releases the others, that Morgan will be the one to give her like a quick death instead of what was gonna happen to her. With Sherry's group and Strand's group, like they probably would have tortured her, man, with all the things she did. So I was thinking like maybe Morgan's just gonna shoot her and then it's over, but no, Morgan's gonna have to chop her head off in front of everyone, which just felt so medieval. And man, just the acting from these both of these actors, like Jeffrey D. Morgan and Virginia's actress, like wow, those last scenes, man. I never thought I'd see Virginia's actor be so good, man. I mean, I first seen her in Jessica Jones, like I've said before, and she's in The Boys right now. But yeah, this is definitely her best performance, like her best character so far that I've seen. Definitely. I just wonder what she's gonna do now. I don't know what she's really gonna do in The Boys, because she isn't really that kind of spotlight character. She's kind of like the ones who won the heroes, but in a image way. Yeah, that's what she did in The Boys. And then Jessica Jones, she was like the annoying neighbor, and you kind of only care about her when her brother dies in that show, which I guess spoiler, but it's an old show, so. But yeah, in this, like, they actually did a lot of things to make her more interesting than when she first came into Fear the Walking Dead. Like, instantly hated her, and then they actually made her low key relatable. Not relatable, but actually, the things that she was doing kind of made sense. But then she was making similar Negan choices, but not as ruthless though. Yeah, but in the end, like everything just came crumbling down upon her. So yeah. But then Morgan, like, he thinks about his best friend and he decides not to kill Virginia in that way anyway, because he's trying to make a better future for everyone. He wants basically true justice and peace, everything that John stood for. Like, he doesn't want to continue like the way how the world is right now. He wants to build something better. So he decides to spare Virginia and just lock her up. But then, I guess later on, I guess I'm going to talk about the last scene. So yeah, basically, John heals up Virginia so they can have like one more chat before, John kills her, which just made sense anyway. Like, I kind of seen that coming. Like, she was either going to kill Dakota or Virginia, but I guess it made the most sense to kill Virginia. And she basically blamed her for what happened with Dakota, like the way how she turned out. Let's just hope she can recover. And Morgan did say like he wanted to make a better future, and if you're against that, like, you're gone. And I guess Jun knew what she was doing, and she just left straight afterwards when she killed Virginia. Because I guess there was kind of having a relatable, chat, like June talking about her daughter to, Virginia, and like what she decided to do. And, she just feels like she's paying for her sins now since everything's come full circle, because she basically lost her daughter by doing something bad, and now it's just all come around. Like, the person that she loved gets killed by. Yeah, it's just, that was so messed up, and how full circle it is. Where in the end she leaves, everyone's shocked. She takes, John's gun and hat and just, sets off. I just wonder what she's gonna do now. And will we ever see her again? Probably, but I'm not sure where. And as for the others, I mean, I guess they'll be happy that, Virginia's dead, but still, I don't know what Strand's doing right now. Because we get to see Alicia talk with Strand a few times in the episode, and Alicia's just like, what are you doing? Why are you still doing this? Just because you have power now, you're still gonna be... I mean, I don't know what Strand's doing right now. He has all this power now, so I guess he's gonna hold on to that, but I just don't know what he's gonna do though. Is he gonna be the next villain? Like, basically one of our main characters being the villain, which is something that we haven't had since, season 2 of The Walking Dead, if you think about it, like with Shane. So I don't know if they're going in that direction. And then, with Sherry right now, to think that Dwight was the one who was kind of too far gone, and Sherry was the one who made the right choice by leaving, and now it's the other way around where Sherry, man, she's accepting more of the darkness than, and like Dwight is just like, what I compare him to no killing Morgan. I mean, just the way how he thinks now. Like, I just never thought I'd see that kind of Dwight, and I think that's why I got so mad when, I guess, a comic book spoiler, when Michonne killed Dwight, because like he just changed so much from that first Negan arc to when he killed Abraham to what he became, and then when Michonne killed him, I was just like, why? It's just, and say like if one of the good guys killed him now, or say like if say like if Dwight got killed by Daryl, I'd be like, why? Say like somehow we got to see Dwight in The Walking Dead again, then Daryl kills him, I'd be like so mad at Daryl. Like how people was mad at Daryl when because I guess some people blamed Daryl for Glenn's death because he didn't listen to Negan. But yeah, that was definitely a good last episode for this storyline. I just wonder what we're gonna get now. I mean, they've kind of set up stuff, but yeah, we'll see. But yeah, guys, that's the end of my review. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.